kind enough to join us. Here he is, Mr. Jack Shore. Jackie, how are you?
Yes, Ariel, good to be back. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, I got a lot of love for the Welsh right now. I'm a huge fan of Brennan Johnson of Wales, Stevie Cooper, manager for my beloved Nottingham Forest, yourself, your father. I love the Welsh. I mean, I feel like I'm part Welsh at this point.
You're halfway there. Just get behind the Welsh dart players now as well, and we'll fully embrace you.
Okay, well, we'll get into the darts in a moment. We have a lot to discuss on that front. But first, let's talk about you. Big fight for you. Makwan's a tough guy, veteran. Big card. You're fighting in London. We made a whole big stink about you not fighting in London back in July, so they get it right this time. And I have a lot to ask about that. First off, why are you moving to 45?
To be honest, Ariel, it's something we've toyed with the idea of it for probably knocking on 12, 18 months. My dad's been at me for a while to consider the jump up. The last probably 4 weight cuts to bantamweight have been really tough. I've had effects on my performance, even my winning performances. I just feel like the weight cut was taken away too much from what I could actually do in the cage in comparison to the gym. Obviously went and done DEXA scans and different types of tests to see if I could be suited to featherweight. And a lot of the doctors and the scientists I spoke to were kind of confused as well. I was even making 35, so it just made sense. And I started my pro career at featherweight as well, so I've got experience there, and it's something I'm looking forward to. You know, it's not like a one-off. I'm just going to go up for one fight. This is it. This is where I see. Well, this is where I'll probably end up finishing my career at. You know, the 35 days are gone.
No more. You'll never go back to 35.
No.
Okay. And how much better do you feel on this Monday? Like, and here we are Monday. You're fighting on Saturday. How much better do you feel as the week begins?
I can't even put it into words. I feel like a different guy at this weight. I don't feel depleted. I haven't spent the last sort of 6 weeks just constantly running and cutting weight and trying to bring my weight down so that I don't have too much hassle this week. And even when I was doing that at bantamweight, the fight weeks were hell. You know, just showing face for media and the UFC check and stuff like that. It was tough. So I'm full of energy. I've done 3 sessions today, and I feel great. Obviously going into the hotel and checking in tomorrow, I feel like a new man.
3 sessions on the Monday? Really? You're not tapering off here?
No, I feel good. I feel full of energy. I probably will taper a little bit tomorrow and Wednesday, but whilst the energy feels good, I like to train. It's one of those fight week. It helps me burn up a little bit. Fight week just tends to be me sitting around doing nothing all week, and
sure.
That's when you sort of start thinking about the fight, thinking about the weight cut. And if I got energy, I like to train and I like to stay active. And it's just been another normal training day today, obviously, other than jumping in and sparring with the boys.
Sure. And could I ask, like, how much do you weigh right now? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I'm around about 156, 157 now.
Okay.
So, I'll started the water load and stuff like that. Link up with my nutritionist tomorrow at the hotel to start bringing it down a little bit, and then I'll have a nice comfortable cut. And I'll still be doing a little bit of a water cut, but nothing as drastic as what the last couple have been.
How did you react to suffering your first loss back in July? There was a lot of attention on you. You were on quite a run. How did you deal with it in the aftermath?
It was one of them. I kind of took a step back a little bit and just spoke to those who I was kind of closest with. Obviously, my dad and my family, some of my closer friends, some of my training partners. And to be honest, it kind of feels like I got a bit of a monkey off my back. I can kind of go in there now with the thought of, well, it's happened. I sort of dreaded that day for a long time. Where it's like, is it going to be this one? You kind of just fighting not to lose rather than fighting to win. I felt sometimes, and the fact that Darrow's gone now, I feel like a weight's been lifted in a way. It's not every interview is not about do you feel unbeaten pressure and you got to keep the streak alive and all these comparisons. I just feel like I can go in there now and enjoy the fight and actually fight rather than have all this added pressure and this added background noise of you need to make sure you're undefeated. And I think at one point I had like the best record in the UFC in terms of like wins to losses and stuff like that. So it just feels like it reminds me now. I feel like how I did at the beginning of my pro career, where I just go in there, take one fight at a time, and just focus on getting that win and looking good doing it.
In your mind, did you always say to yourself, like, the day I lose my first fight at bantamweight, I'm going to move up to featherweight? Were you waiting for this, or did the featherweight thing come as a result, like as you were processing it all in the aftermath?
Yeah, I think it was a blessing in disguise, to tell the truth. I never really wanted to admit in my head probably that this was going to be the logical next move, but it's easy to forget about the tough weight cuts when you're constantly winning. And I think the fact that I picked up the loss and felt the way I did in the cage, it kind of made me take a step back and think, you know, my old man and my other coaches have been at me for a good, like I said, 12, 18 months about considering the move up. And, I wanted to do it properly. I didn't just want to jump the gun and say, right, that's it, I'm going to move up. I wanted to make sure I got the scans and the power tests and the different tests that they provide where I had it done. And it kind of all linked in one direction. Everyone was kind of telling me, look, you need to go up or you're going to end up doing either serious harm to yourself during a weight cut or serious long-term damage. And that's obviously not something I want to do. I don't mind, if I get damaged in a fight, then I know what I signed up for, but I don't want to be damaging myself or affecting my long-term health in the bath or in the sauna beforehand.
Right. I have to say, I kind of blame myself a little bit. I felt like we made too big of a deal of you not fighting in London, and we put too much pressure on you. Are we to blame for all of this? Because I felt like it was a lot. Justice for Tank or Jack or whatever it was.
I know, the t-shirts and the post. Yeah, that's it.
It's all GC's fault. Yeah. I mean, all of us, we were all on board, and I felt like we were kind of, I don't know. Were you like, did you feel like you were walking out with a chip on your shoulder? Like, why the hell am I fighting on Long Island? I should be fighting in the O2 next. Like, was that even on your mind on fight week, fight day, all that stuff?
Yeah, not so much fight day, but definitely fight week. It was, I was a bit pissed off, really, to think that I could have fought in my own country or was as close as to my own country as I was going to get for now. But, a week later, whereas, it was almost as if every other British guy at the time who had a bit of hype around them kind of got on the London card, and then I had to go to New York. But I kind of got over that a little bit before we made the journey and kind of thought, well, look, it's done now. It's signed and sealed. I've got to go out there and do it. But yeah, it would have been nice to fight in London. But then again, I probably would have stung a little bit more picking up a loss in front of an hometown crowd as well. So I suppose there's always that to factor in. And they've made up for it now by putting me on this big pay-per-view card.
Sure. What was your reaction when you got Makwan? Solid, first opponent in this new chapter for you, has been in there for a while, has fought some tough guys. What did you think when you were offered him?
Yeah, it was a funny one because me and my old man kind of sat down just after Christmas and was like, who do you think we're going to get? And one of the names he mentioned was Makwan. And I full credit to him. He's been in there with some of the best. Arnold, Shane Burgos, Lerone Murphy, Barboza. He's been in there with some real world-class guys, but as good as a wrestler and a grappler he is, he kind of struggles when it comes to fighting those top level guys. He kind of always falls at that hurdle, and I think that I do believe, despite the loss, I'm one of the best guys in the world. I know I've got to prove it now at the new weight. Kind of all the work I've done at bantamweight kind of goes out the window now, and I've got to reestablish myself. And I think by putting in a good performance, again, a big win against someone like Makwan, who's been in there with those top guys, kind of puts me straight in the mix.
Oh man, the scene is going to be great. I feel like the Welsh crowd travels very well. I feel like there's going to be a ton of Welsh fans there, a ton of British fans obviously there. Like, this feels like a big deal. Leon fighting, right? I know some people were upset that there was no Paddy, no Aspinall, no Darren Till, whatever. It feels big. Does it feel big for you yet, or will it only feel big once you get to London tomorrow?
No, it feels massive. It's been massive over here for weeks. Like especially the MMA media is constant every single day. BT Sport are constantly pumping stuff out about it. It is a blockbuster event. Like it's the equivalent of a tight, maybe not on that scale, but for us MMA guys, just like it'd be like fighting on the undercard of a tight Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight.
Yeah,
and it is a shame they didn't get it in a stadium, but I think the O2 is a wicked venue, and to be part of it and to be up there now fight week where you've got all this big, like, the media and stuff like that I've heard that's going to be in the hotel fight week, the amount of big names who's going to be there in the crowd watching, they're setting it up to be a blockbuster event. And we got to give credit to Leon, really, because I don't think we would have that type of event over here if it wasn't for him, doing what he did back in August.
It's amazing that it's Leon of all people, right? Like the guy who was so under the radar, that he's the one bringing out all these big names. I wanted to ask you about a tweet that you had a few weeks ago where you were sharing with the world your GOAT list, because I thought it was a very interesting list. Here it is. You said, absolutely zero bias here for me based on facts. This is on March 7th. So just a couple of days ago, actually. Flyweight, Mighty Mouse. I mean, hard to argue with that. Triple C at bantamweight. Not sure if he had the run at bantamweight. I'm just going to go through the list and then ask you some questions. Featherweight, Volk, solid. Lightweight, Nate Diaz or Khabib, too close to call, which is an interesting one. Welterweight, Nick Diaz. So we see where your allegiances are in the 209. Middleweight, 2015 Nick Diaz. Okay, interesting, against Anderson Silva. Light heavyweight Jones. Heavyweight Jones was just a couple of days removed from his fight. Strawweight Joanna. Flyweight Valentina. And then Nunes at bantamweight and featherweight, which is interesting considering we have the cyborgs of the world out there. This is no bias, right? This is 100%.
No, it's based on it's factual.
Okay,
it's based on facts.
Interesting.
Purely based on facts.
You're a big Diaz guy, apparently.
Yeah.
Number one? Are they your favorites?
By far.
Why?
I just love them. I just think they, I grew up watching Nick and Nate as a kid, and they were always they always played the bad boy image, didn't they, of the sport? But then as you get older, I start to, and although I'm not as brash and as out there and as outspoken as them, too, I kind of see a lot of them in myself where, you look at Nate, who's probably one of the top 5 biggest names ever in the sport, and has never changed. Never kind of changed the guys around him. Never changed his team. Doesn't change for the camera. Doesn't pretend to be something he's not. He doesn't try and play, the good guy. He doesn't try and play the bad guy. He's just unapologetically, he is who he is. And I always get people even saying to me now, oh, you need to do more of this, and you need to trash talk more, and I'm like, I'm me, and if that doesn't sell to people and people don't like it, then on your bike, I couldn't give a shit. So I see a lot. I see a lot of myself in them in certain ways. I know people probably wouldn't make that comparison, and it's just their style of fighting. It's just they remind me of the old UFC 1 guys. If we chuck them to in a no time limit, no round matchup, I don't think they'd lose many fights. And I'll forever be a Diaz fanboy. Doesn't matter who they're fighting or when they're fighting or what rules they're fighting. I'll always ride for Nick and Nate.
It was lovely to see them back together at the event a couple of weeks ago. Did you see them there at the Jones fight? You don't often see them together. Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah, I know. It was. I can't wait to see what Nate does next. I'm assuming he's going to box. And it'd be good to see Nick back in the cage this year. It looks like he wants to fight again. And I think as long as he wants to fight, then from the art, and he generally wants to fight, he's not doing it for other reasons, then I can't wait to see him back as well.
You think Nate beats Jake Paul if they fight him in a boxing match?
Of course yes, million percent.
All right.
But you know what, Jake, I gotta say, Jake Paul does deserve a lot of credit for. I think he's actually a lot better boxer than what people give him credit for. But after watching him against Tommy, I think that in a pure boxing match, I think Nate would be too. I mean, I've seen videos of Nate sparring world champion boxers or undefeated pro boxers, and he's holding his own, and he's going to work inside and outside. And I think skill wise, he'd probably just be too good for Jake.
Now, here's the thing: you mentioned the darts earlier, and all of a sudden, Eddie Hearn's calling me up every few days. He wants me to be the face of North American darts. And I'm going up against all these people in the darts right now, and I'm smoking them. I don't know if you've seen this. I mean, KSI is trying to come to me. I freaking bury his ass. The only one that beat me is Sky Nicholson, and I still don't know how she got a 93. I'm still shocked by that. And that was my first time. I was a little, I wasn't really sure what to do. But you are a legit darts fan. Not only that, I see you touting the fact that you're betting on the darts. You're getting, I saw a parlay recently that you hit with the guys. You're there it is. We're showing it right now. You're that into this? Are you watch? Because I know people that just watch, like, the great Pete C. Carroll, he'll just watch end of the year Ali Pali, like the final event. Are you watching all year round, like the Premier League and all that?
Yeah, like literally, like apart from obviously MMA and boxing, it's the only sport that I keep up. That I don't watch football, rugby,
Wow.
basketball. Is literally just darts. I watch the Premier League. The UK Open was last weekend. Obviously, you've got the World Cup at the end. I watch it all. If the darts is on, I'm tuned in and
Wow.
watching it. Like over here, the Premier League is on every Thursday night, so that will be my weight cut watch. As I'm cutting weight Thursday, I'll have the darts on my phone.
That is it. Who's your favorite? Who's your guy?
I got to stick with the Welsh boys: Gezi Price, Johnny Clayton, and obviously I'm all aboard the bully bandwagon as well.
He's the man.
Yeah, I got to support the Welsh boys: Gezi and Johnny Clayton, the ferret.
By the way, I know him as Gerwin Price. Is that his nickname or something?
Yeah, no, Gerwin is his name. Gezi, everyone knows him as his nickname's Gezi. Gezi Price.
Okay.
He literally lives like 10 minutes down the road from me, Gezi.
Wow.
So he's we definitely get behind him. Yeah, even though the crowd like to constantly boo it.
That's the guy who wears the headphones, right? Like the noise cancellation.
yeah. That's him.
On this guy. You can't let the crowd get you like that. What do you do? But he's like a heel. I like that. He kind of like plays up to that.
Yeah, I always say this to people. Like people slag him off and say, he's not a sportsman. Like darts is better when Gezi's in it, and darts is a better watch when Gezi's playing well. Like if Gezi's playing well and firing up the crowd, whether they're booing or cheering, is brilliant to watch. And I've watched him play live once before. I'm definitely gonna go again this year. I'm gonna try and get tickets to the Ali Pali because that looks like a different gravy again.
So wait. So have you been to the Ali Pali?
No, I haven't been to the Ali Pali. I watched him in Wales, in Cardiff, but
wow.
I need to go.
Oh my gosh! By the way, I don't know if we've talked since. I went to Cardiff in September. I was there for the wrestling event. What a lovely town! I mean, like the castle, all that stuff is real. There's actual castles there. It's unbelievable, and the people were so nice. I went to Principality Stadium over there. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it.
Did you go inside the Principality as well?
Yeah, that's where they had the event.
That was it. Yeah. Do you think the UFC will ever go there? Because I think it's a mental big stadium to fill, but I'd love to see it.
Listen, I was there. It was 2 weeks after Leon's fight, and Leon was there too in the front row. And
that's right. Yeah.
And I remember looking at him like, there's no reason why a big card. Now, of course, it's tough not having Aspinall, Patty, etc., Darren, but I feel like this. It depends on how you price it and everything like that. I feel like this card could have been at Principality.
Yeah, I think so, especially the magnitude of the fight, where it's the trilogy, Usman's former pound number one, everyone kind of ripped Leon off. It's like I don't see how this would have been the fight to do it unless they're going to pull McGregor down here, perhaps,
right?
Maybe after the Chandler fight, maybe, I don't know, but this would have been the one to do it, I think, especially like it would have been massive in Wales as well. Like the MMA in Wales is huge. It's all everyone from grassroots level right the way up now. The amount of UFC fans just in Wales is insane. I think they would have sold it out no problem. I think regardless, they could have put this card in there. I think, and it would have sold out.
I agree. What do we got there? Some new merch? What is that? What are you wearing?
Yeah, new merch.
Oh,
yeah, it's on the link on Instagram.
Okay, what is it? What is it? For those that are not on Instagram, do you know the link off the top of your head?
Go to supology.com and go to the clothing website, and there's this one and there's the older one on there. But obviously we're flying the Welsh flag ready for
I love
week,
that. So that's class. I like
get
that.
On there. Get it at supology.com.
Well done. All right, so big fight for you on Saturday. You're going to win. It's going to be great. You're going to get back on track. But every time I do this darts thing, you talk smack to me in the DMs. You slide in the DMs and you're saying, oh, when I get in there, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. So you know what I thought? I was like, you know what? We've been doing a thing where people come in studio and we go one-on-one, 3 darts each. We've never done it virtually. And since you've been talking shit, and I don't know if you have any plans of coming to New York anytime soon, I figured let's try this out. Virtual 3-on-3, Helwani versus Tank. And I get to show you a thing or two. Now, you told me you can move, like your darts board is around, right? It's accessible, yes? Oh wow! Look at that board.
Wow,
that's
a real setup.
That is wow. It's all lit up and shit. Jeez.
Yeah,
wow.
I told him It's even got the Gezi Price tire around it to protect the ball when we're throwing the double.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to put my headphones on and I'm going to go over there. So you are going to shoot 3 and I'm going to shoot 3 and we'll see who comes out with the bigger number.
Am I throwing the 3 and then taking the camera over, or do you want it after everyone?
No, why don't you just do what you just did right over there and then we'll see it. Because honestly, I need to see the board because I feel like you're going to cheat.
No, I would not cheat, Ariel.
Move it a little bit. Oh, there it is. Yeah, right there. Oh.
Wait there. Let me see if that holds.
Yeah, that's good. We could see the board.
Can you see that, eh?
Just a smidge, like literally like an inch over. Yeah, perfect.
We good?
Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. Okay, I'm going to put my headphones on here. No, wrong ones. One second.
Who's going first? Am I going first or you going first?
Of course you're going first, okay? Losers go first.
Ah, here we go.
We got this. Frank, do we got this? This is on, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you good?
Speaking of Johnny Clayton,
wow.
there's the flights, look.
Do you hear me, Jack? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk over to my set, and I want to see you. Okay, you're going to go first. And, usually I give people a practice shot, but I feel like since you're on your home turf here, you don't get a practice shot. What do you think? Do you want a practice shot or not?
No, go on. Let's go straight into it.
All right, here we go. Here's Jack Tank Shore with his first shot. Home turf virtual. Oh, what is that? What is that? Wait. What is that?
Oh, 120.
Okay. Here we go. No pressure, Jack.
Fuck. 12.
12 total? What, it was 32?
No, 20, and 12.
20. Let me see.
52 total.
Bring the iPad over there. I want to make sure that you're not lying to us. Here we go. Where's Jack? Bring the iPad over there. I think we're seeing your shirt or something because it's black. You got to flip
How do I spin it? Can I flip it?
Just bring it up.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Oh, here we go. Okay, what do we see? We got a is that a double 20? No, it's not. It's a triple 20?
No, just inside.
Okay, so yeah.
Single.
20, and 12 is not bad. What is that, 52?
52.
All right, here we go. Watch me smoke, Jack, right here. Sorry, Jack.
No pressure now.
52, where does that rank, guys? That's pretty high up, no? 52, I've never done it with these headphones. You can see me, Jack?
Yes, I can see him.
All right.
Oh, look at this setup.
Look at this setup, Jack. This is a real darts king right here, okay? This is a real freaking darts. Look at this setup. I need to get a better board. Some people said I need to get the official one. Do I get a practice shot, Jack? Because I'm a little bit nervous right now.
Nah, no way.
Fucking hell, this guy. All right, here we go. Jack Tank Shore about to fight this weekend. Big fight for him against Makwan Amirkhani at the O2. But first, it's one-on-one against Helwani. I gotta crack my knuckles, Jack, okay? Don't mess around, all right? Keep it quiet back there, okay? I'm trying to focus. All right, here we go. You gotta bend your knees, Jack. I feel like I'm playing against one of the better opponents that we've faced so far. You gotta bend the knees and keep the right foot turned here, okay, Jack? Here we go. Someone told me to always focus on the 18. That's what someone said. I don't know about that. Oh, did you see that, Jack? It was a bit of a knuckleballer. Almost got right in the middle.
What is it?
It was a 6.
20.
It was a 6.
6.
Yeah. 13, Jack. What are we at? 19? Golly, what do I need? Oh, this is horrible.
You need a treble.
I need a treble. Oh, I almost had it there. It's a 20, a 6, and a 13. No, I didn't get it. Jack beat me. 50, what was that?
I told you.
Yeah, 39. Good job,
Ariel,
Jack.
I told you.
You know what?
You can't beat the Welsh at darts.
Can I get a rematch? What's on the line? What can we do? I feel like I was off. I was nervous. We'll put something on the line.
I tell you what, right, if I win Saturday, you got to have me back on Monday. I'm going to rematch.
Well, I would have done that regardless, but let's go. Oh, wait, I don't get the rematch now?
No, not right now. No, you got to earn it.
Okay, this one doesn't count, but I was off, Jack.
He's going again anyway.
I was off. Look, I just got a 666 right off the bat. Look at this, Jack. I don't know what was wrong with me. No, I'm a little bit off to the right, Jack. You won fair and square. Well done. But that's the deal.
Hey, it was a pleasure.
Wait, that's the pleasure. That's the deal. On Monday, you win. You come back on, and I smoke your ass. Here's the thing. Can I just be honest with you for a second? You could still hear me, right?
Yeah.
It would have been very rude of me to mess with your confidence. You lose on the Monday before your fight. You would have been all thrown off. It would have been a disaster.
Yeah. Ariel, come on now. Come on. Let's put a little prize on the line. Is it for Monday?
Yeah, okay.
All right. If you win, I'll send you one of these.
Okay.
If I win, you got to get some sort of Tank merch or picture up in the studio.
1,000%. It's a deal, my friend. It's a deal.
A virtual handshake.
It's a deal.
The bet's on.
Can't wait. But first, Makwan Amirkhani on Saturday. Good luck to you, my friend. Thanks for doing this. Safe travels to London. Can't wait to see you at featherweight.
Thank you, Ariel. Appreciate the support as always.
Yes, sir.
Catch you soon.
Yes, sir. All the best to you. Jack Tank Shore.